When removing a car wheel, it's common to encounter a stripped or stuck lug nut. To avoid problems, learn how to remove a stuck or stripped lug nut using different methods. Most vehicles have 5 lug nuts, or bolts, on each wheel, totaling 20 for the car. It's crucial to prevent any of these from breaking or coming off while driving to avoid a dangerous situation. What causes a stuck or stripped lug nut? The most common causes of a stuck or stripped lug nut include 1. Corrosion and rust. The lug nuts on the wheel are made of metal. These may corrode and rust if they are exposed to the weather and moisture. It is harder to take them off as the shape changes. 2. Inappropriate torque. Every lug nut should be torqued to the factory set level. The service manual contains this torque measurement. You risk having the lug nut get stuck if you torque it too tightly. You shouldn't go to a shady tire store just for this reason. 3. Use of a wrong socket. Make sure to use the correct size socket to effectively remove the lug nut. Using the wrong size can cause slippage and additional damage. Consider using a new, high-quality socket if your current one is old, worn out, or subpar. How to remove a stuck lug nut. To loosen a lug nut that is stripped, rounded off, or seized due to corrosion or over-tightening, follow the standard procedure. Set the emergency brake and ensure the transmission is in park or in gear to prevent the wheels from turning while removing the screws. Once you have everything on hand, here's how to remove it. 1. Drill, then add penetrating oil. First, a penetrating oil must be applied to the nut and stud. You will require premium drill bits, such as cobalt alloy steel drills in 5/64 and 7/64 sizes, to accomplish this. For this job, 3-in-1 oil or its similar will do. Put your safety glasses on now. To create a dimple in the lug nut center, use a center punch and hammer. 2. Use a lug nut extractor or snug socket. Select a 1-2 inches drive 6-point socket that fits the nut or bolt tightly, possibly needing a deep socket. In the case of a highly rusted fastener, a smaller socket, or equivalent, can be tapped on with a hammer. Sometimes, a 12-point socket one size smaller will tap into the rusty hex shape and grip effectively. 3. Use a breaker bar to loosen. Use a 1/2 inch drive breaker bar that is 18 to 24 inches long. If using a floor jack, insert it into the socket so that the handle extends horizontally. Place the breaker bar to the left of the nut at an upward angle of about 10 degrees. Apply downward pressure to remove the nut, and step onto the pipe to provide force using your weight. 4. Complete wheel removal. Loosen the other lug nuts. Now that the car is adequately supported, you can jack it up, remove all of the bolts, and then the wheel. How to prevent lug nuts from getting stripped or stuck. To prevent lug nuts from getting stripped or stuck, you can take the following measures. 1. Use anti-seize lubricant. Applying a small amount of anti-seize lubricant to the threads can help prevent the lug nuts from getting stuck. 2. Use the correct size socket or wrench. Ensure that you are using the correct size socket or wrench that fits the lug nuts on your vehicle. 3. Use the right amount of torque. Use a torque wrench to tighten the lug nuts to the manufacturer's recommended torque specification. 4. Clean the threads. Before reinstalling the lug nuts, clean the threads on both the studs and the nuts to ensure a proper fit. 5. Check the lug nuts regularly. Regularly check the torque of the lug nuts and inspect them for any signs of wear or damage. By following these tips, you can help prevent your lug nuts from getting stripped or stuck, which can save you time and money in the long run. If this video was very informative, subscribe for more.